Hey, Larry D here. Want to do a quick video on this little kerosene stove I just got. I use kerosene to heat the cabin. I have a kerosene heater up there. I have a kerosene heater in my shop here. I've used them for a long time. I came across these. The whole point is, I got this stove. I thought it'd be great for like at the cabin, for car camping, for like a base camp kind of thing. They burn a couple hours on maybe a pint of kerosene. They're efficient. And what they do here is, I'll try to tear this apart some. You have the pot stand that comes off. And then like a regular kerosene heater, they have a catalytic chamber. Or an afterburner, whatever one you want to call it. Some people call it catalytic. What it does is allows the gases from the kerosene that are coming off the wick to be combusted. And that's why you get that real clean burn. You get a nice blue flame, the whole thing. I have test burned this. It's filled with kerosene now. But you have an outer part of the chamber, an inner part of the chamber. And then this one goes on the very inside. It pulls up air through the center of the wick unit. The wicks are on the outside of this when you put it on. The wicks come up right here. Then you put this one on and this one. Super simple to use. I mean, it can't be easier. When you put them on, rotate them a little bit to make sure they seat correctly, okay? That's with any stove, even my Kerosene over here. That when I light it, you move the catalytic unit around a little bit, make sure it seats right. This thing weighs 1 pound 6 ounces. I think they said it'll hold about a liter of fuel, but one of the warnings that I read, and I agree because I made the same mistake, is do not fill it up all the way. The kerosene will expand and come on out, and it'll just start leaking. It's really kind of weird. You all at once have kerosene, and you better grab the paper towels, turn off the stove, you know. So, good little unit. The filler cap right here that comes with it. Everything just pops on. There's nothing screws on, nothing's tight. So be aware of that fact. I might change it a little bit. I might put some seals on it just to give me a little bit more peace of mind. A little bit of silicone seal and then something to hold it down so it doesn't leak. But it came with, on this filler cap, okay, the filler cap came with this. And on the end right here at the very end was a piece of wick. What you were supposed to be able to do is take that out, light the wick. You're supposed to be able to put it down into this area here and light the burners, the wicks. It does not work so well, okay? It just did not work that well. Every time I did it, it would go out. Now, another thing I want you to notice here is the coating plating on this is burning off. Burn this thing but good outside first. And this is how the inside of the stove looks. Another chamber. Then this one, it draws the air up through the center. Again, like I said about the plating on it, make sure you burn that off. It's dirty and it has an odor. Now, here's your wicks. Right here. You have 8 of them. Now, for me, I've had problems lighting this thing, getting around to each of the wicks. The other problem I had, and you'll see the modification I made here, there was no spring here, right there. When I got it, the mechanism was so loose that I would turn it up and it would immediately fall back down. So I went to the hardware store, spent 50 cents, picked up a spring, opened up one end of the spring a little bit, and just twisted it on, like you do like a key on a keychain or a key ring. And that gives me enough tension now, right there, to be able to, it'll hold it up. It's not too tight. I bought a couple springs, one bigger if I needed it. And now, run the wicks up and down, no problem. It was something goofy and minor, but it was quite irritating. You'd run it up and it immediately dropped. So what I'll try to do is get this thing lit up for you, and I'll zoom in a bit, and we shall show you here. It burns pretty well. Like I say, getting the wicks started was kind of problematic, but once you get them going, you know, I throw the chambers on. It does smoke a little bit when you light it without the chambers on, so just be prepared for that. But it's the quickest way. I'm sure that as I get used to using this, maybe the wicks will absorb more. It's been sitting overnight. I don't know how it could, but yeah. So let me get that thing going here, get the stove going. Like I say, it came from China, and it comes in a box that is marked, and I got to say this right because it'll sound like the wrong organization, GoodWheel. WHEEL. The GoodWheel stove burner camper heater. Yes, the GoodWheel. So I'll light it on up and show you how well it works. It boils water quite quick. I have 2 cups of water in a stainless pot back there. We'll throw it on top and we'll get a timer going. Okay, let me run the wicks up. You can see them right there. Now what I did was I took a piece of stick, and I'm finding this is the easiest way to light these things. I put a little kerosene on it. They don't light easy. And honestly, I think I'm going to run them up a little bit higher. Now this is just me having the problem with it. Don't know why I am. Other guys that I've seen using these, testing this stove, they light them right up with the little wick thing. Okay, so we're all set. Now, everybody's burning. Yep. Everybody, it's all set, all burning. I'm going to crank down the lights a little bit so you'll be able to start seeing what's going on here with this burner. Okay, that's the kind of flame you get out of this thing. Now, it's on full blast right here. Let me turn it a little bit so I can get to the adjuster easier. But you get a nice flame out of here. As it heats up, the flame gets more and more efficient. And I'm not sure whether you can see it in there or not. I'll try to show it. It is glowing red hot inside. Let me grab the other camera. It is glowing red hot in there. This flame, it's amazing. We're talking an inexpensive little $17 stove, which is used by a lot of people in the world. You got nice red flame in there. The chamber is glowing red hot. A couple other things I wanted to point out on it. These pot stands here, they are very lame. They've got like a little cheap cotter pin through. They will probably burn through, and I'll probably end up fixing that. I'll turn this down a little bit. And, like I said, I put the fix in here, put that spring here to hold it, to add tension to that shaft. But overall, $17, you know, pretty happy with it. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this a bit. A great little stove for the price, 17 bucks. It'd be a great emergency cook device, camping, picnic table, whatever you want to do for it here. You know, I mean, obviously you're not going to backpack with it, you know. And you have to be careful that whole thing about spilling a kerosene because nothing's sealed on it. But you can dump it out before you go anywhere, if you have plans. Now, anybody who's a creator on YouTube, maybe other people don't know this, but they've changed their policies. And what they've come up with now is, as of February 20th, anybody with less than 1,000 subscribers will not be able to monetize their videos. I do not have 1,000 subscribers. I have very loyal subscribers. I have very loyal people who watch my videos. The other part of that new change was 4,000 hours a year of view time. I do that. People watch my videos and we get that kind of time that we need. But I need subscribers. So if you can help me out and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. If you found any value in this video at all, hit the subscribe button. Only takes a second. Obviously doesn't cost you anything. And you don't even have to click the part about getting notifications if you don't want to be bugged by emails. But I would appreciate it. Obviously, if you watch the video, you're interested in this kind of thing. I've got other things coming up. Regardless of what goes on at the February 20th, I'm still going to be creating videos. But, hey, every penny you get in helps, you know? So, I'd still like to be able to monetize my videos, make a couple cents off it. It helps me actually be able to do these things, buy a $17 stove like there. And, you know, so thank you for watching either way. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. For those who are going to subscribe, thank you in advance. And if you don't, I understand. But I'd appreciate it if you did. So subscribe, share this, tell your buddies about it. But plan on getting into the outdoors. And as always, be safe.